I didn't think the Fast and the Furious franchise could out-family itself. But by the god of Nos, it sure manages to. And somehow, I managed to bring the Dr. T Show family back together and got Yuri to come watch and review Fast X with me. For those who don't know, Yuri and I marathoned these movies once I learned that he loved cars. Find the link to that in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fast and Fabulous Yuri.
For the record, the Doctor and Yuri are not related.
What do you mean?
You say we are family. We are not.
With all that we've been through, Yuri, I consider you family.
The feeling is not mutual.
Well then, how have you been? Before we met at the theater, I haven't seen you since our Fast 9 fiasco review. You know, where your cousin Dimitri put me in a chokehold and almost crushed my windpipes. How is he? Find the link in the description to see what I'm talking about once again.
Yuri sent you Merry Christmas video. You don't remember this.
Right. But how about Dimitri?
He is okay, but Yuri must admit this. Yuri felt terrible about what happened last time I see you, Dr. T. Yuri is truly sorry from the actions from his real family. So Yuri tell himself? Yuri tell you? Yuri will watch this new other Fast and Furious movie with you. And since you ask Yuri this so much, now that Yuri is back in your country, Yuri will be in this. The video.
Nice transition. The bit about family there. Also, we've already started recording.
What? Why you not say this?
Character reveals by shutting car hoods and doors galore. The family is back. Almost all of them. Letty, Han, Ramsey, Roman, Tej, Jacob, Shaw, Cypher, and Dom. As classy as ever. The dude even got married in a white wife beater. Some grand sets and locations all around the world. From Rio to Naples to Antarctica. Naples, Yuri. With also some very obviously impressive automobiles. Now, I know this is why you watch these movies, Yuri. So what are some that caught your eye, comrade?
Yuri watched for bums too.
Of course.
The cars that Yuri liked from this movie was, of course, 1970 Dodge Charger RT and 2023 SRT. Then there was nice Datsun 240Z, Lamborghini Gallardo, a Tame Impala, McLaren Silvia, and Alfa Romeo 2000 GT. I was, oh yes, in Pagani Jayakolar.
I was entertained throughout. I enjoyed it more than the previous addition to the saga, and not just because of the unwanted company and assaults.
Yuri apologized already. Move on.
Directed by Louis Leterrier, Fast X is the 10th installment and 11th movie in the Fast franchise. With a budget of $340 million, Fast X was such a fun experience, with some smaller yet memorable stunts, and a complicated plot the F&F is known for. That went a little something like this. The whole film begins with a 10 years ago, to the events of Fast 5 via the infamous Vault heist. Truly an excuse to re-show off an epic clip from a previous movie. And I'll admit, I thought it was a somewhat cheap retcon to have Jason Momoa's flamboyantly villainous character Dante Reyes patched into these scenes. Years later, but somewhat clever to base his character as a forsaken son getting justice for the killing of his father, Herman Reyes, the villain from 6 movies ago. They didn't listen to physics then, and they ignored them further. This furious rabbit hole goes.
Physics? Ha! Dr. T knows physics now. We don't need physics where we are going.
It's very dramatic of you, Yuri. One of Dante's main character traits was his outlandish outfits. From a silk onesie to a full necklace of shark teeth to reptile skin, everything. He became the true comedic relief, outshining Ludacris and Tyrese. At the same time, playing this villain as having no soul behind his eyes so well. Due to the death of his father at Dom's hands, or Vault's rather, now Dante is coming for Dom's family, including his 6-year-old drift expert of a son, Little B. Shocker. All this via pulling the Joker-type stunts and antics, taunting Dom and the fam around the world, while acting like a spoiled rich kid who was trying to act like the Joker.
This is the Aquaman, not the Joker. You should know this.
Yes, but what I'm saying, the way he acts is...
He don't even wear makeup.
Just never mind, man. Move on. I have an actual shocker for you, though.
For Yuri?
No, dude. Them.
Right, dude. Them.
After the Fast 5 flashback, the story begins with a family barbecue with, yes, as I said, nearly all the characters, contrasting how the saga always ends with this scene. A true toss-up. But don't you worry, Han still has plenty of chips to snack on.
Yuri was not worried.
And Dom, I just have to ask, if you're listening,
He is not.
Dom, why? Why would you still live in the same house that you know for a fact all of your enemies are aware of? That's just... I am Groot.
You are what now?
Stupid. That translates to...
You already know this from the day I met you, Doctor.
So, Dom and his team are requested by the agency...
Which one?
The agency requested them to steal a computer chip in Rome. They split up and are immediately warned that this is Dante's trapped by a wounded Charlize Theron. So, they need to turn this into a rescue mission. But what? There is a bomb. Bomb. That Dante uses to toy with Dom. The police actually shoot at this thing while it's hurling down the street at them, on fire, in an attempt to stop it. A huge chunk of Rome still blows up after Dom pushing it into the river with his car. Luckily, absolutely no lives were taken, confirmed by an in-universe news station. But not so luckily, this stunt is blamed on them. Letty is arrested by the agency, and Dom is hunted by Agent Ames, whom I'm just going to refer to as the Pebble. Oh yeah, Brie Larson is in this, as Kurt Russell's character, Mr. Nobody's daughter. And that's it. That's her character. All of this happening while Dom's brother Jacob,
John C.
rescues Little B, and those two start their own adventure together. To be honest, the side plots were an actually quite refreshing break from the main conflict between Dom and Dante. I found myself more intrigued by them over the main story. When they got their contracted screen time, that is. But back to D&D, they face off in Rio for a street race, which I also believe to be contractual, because it was so random and almost pointless other than exposition.
They have this scene so they can show the bombs.
You're actually probably right.
And this is surprise for you.
In London, the rest of the crew meet with Pete Davidson after all of their bank accounts have been drained. And like the weasel he is, he rats them out to the feds.
You don't like this, Pete.
Not a fan. Leading them to turn to Deckard Shaw, Jason Statham, for help. All the while, Letty and Cypher duke it out in an Antarctic prison. I wonder if Charlize Theron and Rodriguez had a clause in their contracts stating that they could only land so many blows on each other.
Why you say this?
Well, just like Vin, Dwayne, and Statham.
I see. So many peoples.
Yet, it was Jason Momoa and his pigtails that stole the show.
If you say so.
There was one point, I believe in Portugal, near the end of Act 3, in where every character, good, bad alike, everyone just suddenly had radios that were all tuned to the same channel to communicate with each other. Just like every character had their badass time to shine. Balanced well, and almost every character alive and dead returned, but my fave.
Who is this?
He's huge, and rhymes with the Doc.
His name is Hooves, Doc 30. And he does come back, you forget this. You make me wait until the very end of movie.
That would be called a spoiler, Yuri, and I don't roll like that no more.
You keep telling yourself this, but what you say is called a lie. Yuri is just correct you.
It then all buckles down to helicopter grappling hooks, which shouldn't seem like upping the ante from launching a rocket car held together by duct tape into space. But somehow...
Some way. You like to say this.
Some way it was more epic. That and driving down the side of a dam while it explodes.
You literally just say this. No more spoilers.
I firmly believe that if it's in the trailers, it's not a spoiler. No. But I will let slip. It doesn't end. It sets up what's rumored to be parts 2 and 3.
And then Hobbs is in credits.
Yuri.
You do spoiler, Yuri will do.
The action, of course, is ridiculous, as is the story. But also very grand and adrenaline pumping. A fun par with the franchise after Fast 5. It trumps the last few, and I definitely recommend seeing it in IMAX. Well, Yuri, it has been grand.
You forgot to give your diagnosed ratings.
Oh, damn, you're right.
Once again, this should be no surprise.
I would give it a 7 out of X. That's 10.
Yuri understands this.
What rating would you give Fast X?
Yuri give it 7 as well.
What? Really?
This is what Yuri say, is it not?
Wow. We actually agreed on something.
Now Yuri is as surprised as you are. And with this, Yuri must take his leave.
What? You don't want to, hang out for a bit?
Yuri is very busy, you see, Dr. T. Yuri will make some time for you when the next of these movies comes forth.
That could be years.
Wouldn't that be nice? No. Yuri very much enjoy your new space here and your woman outside. She is Fox.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Ha!
All right. Well, see you soon, I hope.
Das Vidania, Doctor. I do this last thing for you. And for you watching, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Or Yuri will find you.
What he said.